As you've found out, you are the chosen tribe member. It's your job now to head up Navajo Mountain to find the girl. Here you are at the base of Navajo Mountain. You can see the winding path ahead of you and the treacherous journey you have ahead. I'm going to start the text for you, and then it's going to be your job to carry on writing and describing your journey up Navajo Mountain. Navajo Mountain had stood proudly for thousands of years, casting a solemn shadow for miles around. Few dared to venture close to its base, let alone scale its height, fearing what awaited at the summit. For one brave tribe member, the folklore surrounding the mysteries of Navajo Mountain, along with the missing girl, provided an opportunity just too tempting to resist. Some called him courageous, others foolish, but it mattered not to him now. Bracing himself against the torrent of icy wind that rushed towards him down the narrow pass, the lone figure prepared himself for the challenge ahead. He took a deep breath, feeling the frozen air rush into his lungs, and took a bold step onto the path to Navajo Mountain. So you're ready now. You are at the base of Navajo Mountain and you are ready to start walking up. As you can see from the start of this piece of writing, it's very descriptive. We've described the feeling about going up the mountain, that few dared to venture up, which straight away sets the scene that this mountain is something to be feared. What awaits at the summit, we do not know. But as it says, folklore, these are tales around things that happen on the mountain. They're things that people fear generally, and mysteries. So what will be at the top, we do not know, but we hope the missing girl, we hope to be able to find her, and it's your job to go up the mountain to find her. Weather. So we've got the feeling here, what you can touch, a torrent of icy wind. Well, you can imagine that rushing towards your face and how that would feel, how it would burn your skin. So that's going to be something that you're going to be describing, I think, the weather as you head up the mountain. Taking a deep breath, that shows you're ready to go, and feeling the frozen air rush into your lungs, you can feel how that would be. So I'm going to give you a bit of help to get you started. When you're writing, I want you to think about your senses, because whenever we write descriptively, that's what we need to do. I don't know if you can remember the text that you wrote walking through the forest as Hansel and Gretel, and you talked about crunching along the leaves and the path winding and the branches of the gnarled trees in front of you. You're going to do a similar thing, but you're going to think about it being a mountain more. So today's task can purely be planning, really. You can think about, well, what are you going to hear? What are you going to see? What are you going to smell? What are you going to taste, perhaps? What will you feel as you go up? How will it feel inside? So a few things to think about. The snow, you might want to describe the snow. Now at the base of the mountain, it might be there's just a few flakes, but as you head up the mountain, there'll be more snow. It will become heavier and thicker, and you'll be trudging through the snow. It's going to be very dangerous. So how do you feel about that danger? Maybe at the bottom, you feel quite confident, but as you're heading up the mountain and you realize the danger that exists, you might begin to change your feeling. As I said, your skin, how is it going to feel as you're heading up the mountain? If that wind is hitting your face and the snow, maybe hailstones, how will that feel? Will it tingle? Will it burn your skin? How will it feel? The trees as you head up at the base of the mountain, they're probably going to be big trees, maybe with leaves on, but as you head up the mountain where there's the wind and it's exposed, there's maybe just going to be bare branches, maybe trees that have been ripped and uprooted. The path, what's it going to be like? Is it going to be gravelly? Is it going to be slippery? What is it going to be? You need to describe that. Fog. Are you going to break through the fog as you get up the mountain? So to begin with, is it going to be difficult to see your path? And then is it going to become clearer the higher you go? Or is the fog going to thicken? Talk about the stone as you walk up. The stone of the mountain, what is it? Is it rough? Is it smooth? Are you going to touch it? Are you going to grab it when your feet slip? The air, is it cold? Is it warm? Are there warm patches? You have to decide. Ice, is there any ice? Is it hanging down in icicles, or is there ice on the ground making it dangerous to walk? The clouds, when are you going to reach the clouds? Are you going to come through the clouds? And as you reach the summit of the mountain, the top, is it going to change? Is the sun going to come out, or is it going to become darker? That's going to be your choice. So perhaps for today, just concentrate on your planning. Think about these things. What's going to happen as you move up the mountain? You could maybe do yourself a bit of a map up the mountain. So you could maybe draw the mountain as you go up Navajo Mountain, and maybe say, well, there's going to be the trees here, and at this point there's leaves on the trees, but as you head up the mountain, it's just the branches, the bare branches of the trees, because the wind has blown all the leaves off. Maybe you can talk about, you could label and let me know at this point, what is the rock face like? What's the path like here? What's the path like here? The weather as you go up, how does it change? Have we just got small flakes of snow here coming down? And then as you come higher up, have you got big flakes of snow? Are there snow drifts? Is it difficult to get through? So think about those things, maybe the plan today. I've got some sentences here to have a little look at. So if you want to do your full writing piece tomorrow, go for it, go ahead. You use your time how you'd like to. This is what we really don't want to see, because as we know, these are really simple sentences and we can do way better than that. So the adventurer began to walk up the path. It was cold, it was slippery, it was steep, it was snowing. So the adventurer, when? Instantly, is the adventurer going to set off perhaps? Or is it going to be with trepidation because he's nervous? So it might be with trepidation. The adventurer began to walk up the path. Now, the adventurer, the brave adventurer, maybe, let's have the brave adventurer. So already we've got an improvement. With trepidation, the brave adventurer began to walk up the path. Now, how is the adventurer going to walk up the path? I would say cautiously. I don't think he's going to be running up the path because he's going to be anxious about this. This is a big task he's got ahead of him. So with trepidation, the brave adventurer began to cautiously walk up the path. Now, definitely we can get some adjectives in here. Let's get an expanded noun phrase in to describe the path. So it's going to be rocky, and let's have icy as well. And we've got that improvement already. With trepidation, the brave adventurer began to cautiously walk up the path. And then you're into your piece of writing. Now, with your piece of writing, if you'd like to, you can pinch my first sentence, no problem. If you'd like to begin your sentence yourself, then go for it. If you're talking about the weather, it was cold. Well, tell me why it's cold. Is it the wind? Is it the snow? Are there hailstones? Why is it cold? Is the adventurer, has the adventurer got the right clothing on? Or has the adventurer got cold hands? Maybe feet slipping. Okay, so tell me about that. It was slippery. Well, why? Is it that the pathway has now become the path of a new stream or river, therefore making it very slippery? Steep, it's bound to be steep going up the mountain. So how is the adventurer going to move if it's steep? If it's snowing, are there snowdrifts? Like I was saying before, maybe just a few snowflakes at the base of the mountain, and as you head up, getting much thicker and deeper. So in your best descriptive writing, tell me what it's like for the tribe member as they go up the mountain. Your writing task is to describe the tribe adventurer's journey up Navajo Mountain. Include as much detail of the journey up the mountain pass as possible. Your piece of writing is going to stop when the adventurer reaches the summit. So we want a cliffhanger really, because that's going to take us on to our next piece of writing about the girl and finding the girl at the top and finding out why she left the tribe. Okay, good luck. If you need any help, give your teacher an email. So you can email me, Mrs. Randall, you can email Mrs. D or Mr. Biltcliffe if you need any help with your writing. But I'm sure you can all give it a good go. Once you've done your piece of writing, edit it, see if you can improve it, and then send it off to us by email or tweet it, whatever you like. If you'd like to, I can even send you some publishing paper, but I'll wait and see. You can contact me if you'd like some. Okay, bye for now.